recording of that interview.
Yes, it does.
For the record, in the video about 29 minutes and 20 seconds.
So I went to the gym. I probably came back and ate, and then I was studying. But I'm pretty sure that Maria came and picked me up.
Okay, after you were studying? What time was that at that Maria picked you up? Roughly.
Yesterday,
Yeah.
maybe like 9:30.
Where'd she pick you up at?
Birch. Probably like the front Birch. That's where she always comes. If you want more accurate times, she probably knows the times better.
Okay. What do you do after that?
Yesterday?
Yeah.
There's a spot that I have. I always smoke pot too. I went there too.
Where's that at?
Do you know the president's house?
Mm-hmm.
Right behind him, you know the greenery area?
Kind of like by the river?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, there.
Okay, so you go down there?
Yeah.
Is it like you take that sidewalk that's between the river and the president's house, and you like walk down that sidewalk, and it like you can either go over a bridge or you can walk into the green space?
Yeah.
You're talking that green space?
Yeah.
Okay. Then you went and smoked some weed down there? What time was that at?
I usually go at night.
Was that before or after Maria picked you up?
Yesterday I went during the day because if Maria picks me up, I don't have to go there during the night.
Okay.
Yeah.
So was it before Maria?
Yeah, maybe it was like a 4 or something.
Okay. But no later than that?
Yeah.
How certain are you
I'm like 100% sure.
that you weren't there any later than 4?
Yeah. 4 or 5.
Okay. All right, let's go from there. So at 5 o'clock, what'd you do after you smoked some weed?
I probably went back to eat. And then I like to hit the gym when I'm kind of high too. Because I can lift just as much. And I feel the muscle contraction a lot more than I do.
After you smoke weed?
Yeah.
Okay, so did you go work out or not? Do you remember? Okay. So at 7 o'clock, after you smoked weed, you went back to your place? You went back to Burge? Okay. What'd you do after that? At 5?
Just studied. And then probably just hang out with Maria after.
Probably, or?
No, yesterday I think. Yeah, yesterday for sure.
So from 5 o'clock until Maria picked you up at 9:30, you just studied? You didn't do anything else? You didn't leave? You didn't go anywhere else between now and then? Okay. Do you remember any other details about your day? Do you remember what you were studying?
Sociology. And I have a paper for history of the Middle East, but I haven't finished that yet. Maria was helping me with that.
Okay. Was Carson in the room at this point last night?
Last night he was there, yeah.
Okay. So then you left at 9:30, went with Maria, and what did you guys do after that?
We were at her house.
Went back to her house?
Yeah.
What did you guys do at Maria's?
we watch TV, we eat. There's some more stuff, but I don't think that's relevant.
What's that more stuff?
Like we have sex sometimes.
Okay, did you guys have sex?
Yeah.
What else?
With Maria.
What else did you guys do at Maria's place?
That's it.
You didn't do anything else? Just hung out, watched TV, had sex. What time did you guys go to bed?
Yesterday.
Yeah.
5.
Like 5 this morning? You went to bed?
Yeah.
So you guys stayed up 5 in the morning, Sunday night into Monday, and then Monday into today, you stayed up till 5 as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, Monday night, I stayed up till like 7. Couldn't sleep at all.
Like Monday morning?
Yeah.
Like you went to bed at 7 o'clock Monday morning and woke up at 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just really slept for 7 hours.
Yeah. And then you woke up, you went to bed at 5 o'clock this morning, woke up and we knocked on the door?
Yeah.
When was the last time, did you guys smoke at all last night? At Maria's? Okay. And you had smoked before that as well?
Yeah.
All right, can you, so I'm just gonna have you go back a little bit, go back to kind of like your Sunday night, Monday morning, and just kind of walk me through that again, okay?
Sunday night, Monday morning.
Yep. Like what happened on Sunday night?
So me and Maria went to this park, and then I dropped her keys in the water because I was trying to pick her up like this. She and my keys were here, tried to pick her up. She fell, like she was gonna slip, and then I was gonna catch her, but then the keys flew out of my hand. She fell in the river. Still haven't gotten them yet.
Okay.
And then we just went back. We had friends with us, and we drove in their car back to our house, our apartment, to get the keys. And this happened in Coralville. And we went back to Coralville to look for the keys. I jumped in the water to go get them the first time, but I couldn't stay in. It was way too cold. And I just left a little. I had to get out right away. I tried, but I couldn't at all. Couldn't physically take that cold. To be honest.
Yeah. Okay, so you dropped your keys in the car. Keys are still in the water, sorry. And then you guys went back out your spares, I take it. And then you guys left.
Yeah.
And then Sunday night, are you hanging out at Maria's house again? Okay, and you stay the night. You go to bed about 5 o'clock in the morning and wake up at 2.
We don't always do that.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I'm just trying to get an idea of what happened that night, right? You woke up at 5, or went to bed at 5, woke up at 2 in the afternoon. And then walk me through your Monday again, yesterday. Walk me through from the time you woke up.
Monday?
Yesterday.
Yesterday. All of yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yesterday. Yesterday, I think I woke up at like, 2. And I think I showered. And then I probably ate some food. And then probably went back to my room. Studied. Probably went to the gym too. Probably listened to some music.
Okay.
And then at night I went out, smoked weed.
And that was at what time?
Yesterday?
Yeah.
Last 9.
You went and smoked weed at 9?
Yeah.
Okay, you told me you smoked weed at 5. Is it 9 or 5?
It was Sunday, the day before.
Like on Sunday?
Yeah.
So last night you went out and smoked weed at 9 o'clock at night?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and where'd you go smoke last night?
I went under the bridge.
What bridge?
Do you know the greenery area?
The what?
The greenery area?
Like by where you usually smoke?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I went under the bridge.
Which one?
The first one. Right by the greenery.
Right by the green, like the footbridge?
Yeah.
You went underneath there and smoked?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you smoke with anybody or you smoke by yourself?
By myself.
Okay. So this was at 9 o'clock at night, not 5?
Yeah.
Okay. So So what did you do after that, after you smoked? How long do you think you were out there smoking?
Maybe like an hour.
Okay. And then what?
And I kept going on a walk.
Okay. Tell me about that walk.
I'm just gonna tell you the truth, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Because I know what this is about.
Okay. Go ahead and tell me.
It's about that woman.
What happened?
She was like, I was smoking weed, you know. I walked through that bridge after I was done. And then I saw my chairs. And I saw a bunch of people walk by me, but I was smoking weed. And then I kept going. And I saw this woman that was really far, and there was somebody behind her. I didn't really care. And the only reason I went to buy the chemistry building is because by the art building is because I always go. I go with Maria, there's videos. Yesterday I climbed on that broken tree. Maybe the day before or the day before that. And I played with the ducks. I jumped from the mountain up even. I always go there and I feed the ducks. They have a lot of sesame seed and apple. I always go there. And I saw this dude chasing this woman. And then I kept following him. And then they were so much ahead of me. They were like, it's like the woman was kind of running, and that dude was like behind her, and they were about to turn beside the building, and I was still on the other side. I could barely see him. I came across from the side, from the left, and I saw them too. And then I kept walking. I didn't really think it was a big deal, honestly. I should have ran, to be honest with you. I should have ran right as fast as I could. Go see what happened. Because then I went and I found her and she was passed out on the ground. And I wasn't sure what happened, but I was pretty sure that he hurt her because there was somebody and he wasn't there. And she was laying on the ground.
Okay. What did he look like?
I didn't see him.
Okay, but you said he was following her?
Yeah.
And you didn't see what he was wearing?
He was wearing like black jeans and he was like 6'2", 6'3". He was a pretty tall guy.
Okay.
And he had like a half white and half red jacket.
Okay. Okay. What else did he look like?
I didn't see his face, but none of them turned around.
Okay.
Too.
Whereabouts did you see him and her?
Where what?
Whereabouts did you start seeing him and her?
When did I start seeing him? Do you know this building that's like right here? And there's a river right here. And there's a bridge right here. Not the one that I go to, not the one by the greener area. That one's right here. There's another bridge right here.
Kind of further down by like the IMU?
Yeah. By the chemistry, yeah, by the IMU, yeah. To the left, to the right of the IMU.
Yep, by the IMU.
Yeah, exactly. I was just going there, and I just passed that building to the right, in that old building.
Okay.
I've never been there, but it looks pretty old, and
Yeah.
I really wanted to go in there because I like old stuff, but I wanted to go in there.
Okay.
And that's when I saw them. They were about to turn.
Okay, so you saw her like at that bridge?
No, that's where I was. I was like right after that bridge. I was right by the old building, and they were like all the way there.
Okay, on the other side of the river?
Yeah.
Okay, and so like you were on this side of the river?
Yeah.
And she was on this side of the river?
No, it's not that. If you have a map, I can show you. Or I can draw it.
You want to draw it for me?
Yeah. Let's say, this is a river, this is where I smoked the pot. And there's a river right here. And there's this other bridge right here. That's where I smoked pot, that's my side. That's like the Virginal side. And
So-
that's our building side.
So this is a bridge and this is a bridge?
Yeah.
Okay, you smoked weed there?
Yeah.
Okay, and where's like the president's house? Since we're talking about that. Okay, and then where's Birch Hall?
Oh, the president's house must be right here.
Okay, and then where's Birch Hall?
Birch Hall, yeah, we'll be somewhere here.
Okay, and you smoked weed at this one?
Yeah.
That's closer to Birch Hall?
Yeah.
And then this is the one down by the IMU?
Yeah.
Okay, do you just want to write like Birch Hall right there for me?
And this, president's house.
And if you just want to, like, since this is the river, right, if you just want to label that.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, so this is the bridge, and then where's the IMU in relation to this? Or that, you mentioned an old art building you walked by?
Yeah.
Where's that at?
Okay, so that's my spot. That should be right here. So after the bridge got out, it was right here.
So that's like the old art building?
Is it?
Is that what you're talking about? Or the theater building, or, you're talking about some older building?
Yeah.
So there's like, okay. On the other side of the river, from where you smoked weed and like from
Yeah.
where birds are?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's right here.
okay. And so where were you at?
I was like right here. And this is our building.
Sure. Yep.
This is a walkway. This is like the water.
Yep.
That's like whatever trees. They were like the beginning of it, and everything happened right here.
Okay. What happened right there?
I'm not sure what happened right there. That's what I didn't know, and that's what I got scared of.
Why'd you get scared?
I was super high last night, and I saw her, and I freaked out.
Okay. What happened here?
I took her earrings, and that's why I freaked out.
What'd you do with them?
I took them, and I wanted to give them back. I was like, this is stupid and pointless. I wanted to give them back. But right when I wanted to, I looked to the app, and I saw those girls, and I got scared, and I was like, I wanted to call 911, but I didn't want to get involved, especially because I was Middle Eastern too. I figured people in my high school were racist, and I was scared I'm gonna be blamed right away.
What'd you do with the earrings?
I have them.
Where are they at?
Maria's house. I can bring them to you guys.
Whereabouts are they at Marie's house?
They're in, so if you go in the bathroom, you can write it down if you want.
No, you're fine, go ahead.
Then the bathroom, you open the middle window, you open the floss,
I'm just gonna write that down. Okay.
and then the floss bottle.
Bathroom,
Yeah,
like in the cabinet? The mirror, is it like a mirror cabinet?
yeah, middle one.
Middle mirror cabinet, and they're in a what, a floss?
Yeah,
Like a floss container?
yeah.
Okay.
You know, I did some things wrong. I shouldn't have taken these earrings, and smoking weed is also wrong because it's against the law, but morally, I don't think it's wrong, but stealing the earrings is morally wrong. And I'm really sorry.
Tell me what happened to that girl.
My prediction is, to be honest with you, is that somebody that, I don't know if they knew her or not, but I think it was a robbery.
Ali, tell me what happened to that girl.
I don't know what happened to that girl. He must have choked her or snapped her neck. I don't know. She was laying there, and she was looking kind of purple, and I was scared. I don't like blood. I hate blood.
Did you see blood?
No, I didn't see blood, but I think she was attacked. I think somebody had to have attacked her.
What'd you do to her, Ali?
I didn't touch her. I just touched her earrings. I shouldn't have taken them. On the road, I wanted to get something, and I was like, this is so wrong. Fuck it. Fuck the earrings. That's what I'm telling you. I couldn't understand anything with the earrings.
Yeah. I wanna know what happened to that girl.
And I'm pretty sure she choked her neck, snapped.
Ali, you and I both know that's not what happened. Tell me what happened to that girl. You do know. You seem like a good guy. You seem like a good dude. Okay? I can tell this is weighing on you, man. Alright? I can tell. Okay? Sometimes we do things that we regret, and it doesn't represent who we are. I understand that. Okay? I think something happened last night. You already told me that you were super high. And sometimes we do things when we're super high or we're drunk or whatever it may be that isn't who we are. But we still did them, and we gotta live with it. Right? We gotta take responsibility for our actions. We gotta own it. Alright? You already owned that you took her earrings. Okay? What did you do to her? Tell me what you did. Think of your little sister. Think if somebody did that to her. What happened? You're out smoking weed, right? Under the bridge? Okay. And then what happened after that? Walk me through it. Walk me through how we got over here, okay? Walk me through how we got from here to over here. Where did you first see her? Was that before or after you crossed the bridge? Before?
Not across the bridge first.
Okay. So where were you? So you smoked weed over here, and based on your drawing, you crossed the river to the west side, to the side that our building's on, and then you walk down towards the IMU bridge. Okay. And then you're right here. And where was she at? Where was that girl at? She was down there on the other side of the river. And which way was she walking? She was walking towards you? Okay.
And I was like right here.
Okay. And then, so then what did you do when you got here?
I was kind of bored, and then I started going, but I went in front of her. And I was sat right here. Those chairs. I was trying to let out some weed.
So you went and sat in these chairs?
Yeah.
And you waited for her?
No. I was in front of her.
You were in front of her?
Yeah.
Okay. And then what happened? So you walked across the bridge, and then you came back?
Yeah.
And she was here the whole time?
She was, when I was right here, she was probably somewhere here.
Okay. And then when did you go sit down and try to light up some more weed?
When I went down here,
Okay.
to the left, and the same person that walked it back again.
And where was she at?
She was behind me when I walked back. I saw her start coming in, and I didn't want to walk behind her and not scare her. So I was like, I want to go over there and still smoke some more weed. I didn't want to go back to the bridge. So I was like, I want to go back, and I was planning on going back to like just chill somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And this must be a different thing. I think I've left this right when he's like, I sat in the chair and wanted to smoke some because I think this whole thing is twisted. I think this is my weed spot. I think this is where the art building is.
Okay.
Yeah, I know on the map, you can tell.
So you met her on the bridge. Is that what you're telling me? Okay. And then when you saw her, then you followed her?
I didn't follow her.
Or she followed you?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me then what happened over here. How did you get over here, Ali?
When I went there, I was kind of bored. I wanted to go look at the ducks. I know where their place is right here. You can go check their nest is right here.
Okay.
And they had a lot of eggs.
Okay.
So I went there. I wanted to go there, and I saw this woman and this man, and they got really suspicious. It was weird. And I was way far, but I didn't care. I didn't really care, to be honest with you. I was like, what if this could be someone like my mom or sister? I wanted to go check.
What happened to that girl?
choke. I bet saw him working on it too.
Ali, what did you do to her?
I didn't do anything.
Ali, like I said, man, I think you're a good person. I think you're a good human being. Sometimes we make mistakes, right? Even good people screw up. We fuck up, right? What happened to that girl?
Why are you about to cry?
What's that?
Why are you gonna cry?
I'm not gonna cry.
I was wondering.
Can you tell me what happened to that girl?
Probably a choke. She did.
What happened to her?
She got choked.
What did you do after those two girls showed up?
I wanted to go to call the cops, but I didn't want to get involved.
Why not?
Just this.
Because of what?
You would never believe it.
I want to know what happened to that girl.
I choked her. Anybody could have. They were reporting a Caucasian male with brown hair.
Ali,
Because they saw him. I didn't see his face.
Ali, we have cameras in the area. We have cameras all over campus.
I was walking. They saw me walking.
We have cameras all over campus. Okay?
I know.
Yeah, you know. All right. We didn't just come find you by accident. All right? Sometimes we make mistakes. We gotta live with them. We gotta come clean. We all make mistakes, man. Think if somebody did that to your little sister, or your mom, or your girlfriend.
Be terrible. I just don't do it to other people's.
Ali, you and I both know that's not how it happened. I want to know how it happened. Okay?
I told you how it happened. There's nothing else to even say.
Did you have your phone with you that night?
My phone was dead.
How'd you get a hold of Maria?
I told her.
But your phone was dead.
It died after I was with her. I was with her the whole time. I don't have anything with the location on.
That's not what I'm asking.
But even if I did, it wasn't there. I told you.
Why did you pick her? Did she say something as you guys walked by each other?
No, it doesn't.
Then what happened?
What happened is that somebody choked her. And I could have gotten away with a few thousand because the earrings are diamond, but I told you about it because I just want to get out of this thing. I didn't want to get involved because I knew this was going to happen. And I have the earrings and I can give them to you.
Why'd you take the earrings?
Because I figured they were worth a lot of money.
But you had your phone on you.
Yeah.
And you didn't want to call anybody to come help
Because
with
I was super high. If I was conscious, I would have probably called people right away.
Ali. Come on, man.
You're a really nice person, man.
You are too.
That's how it works.
We gotta own our mistakes, man. You got a long life ahead of you.
No, it's this.
Just listen to me, okay? You got a long life ahead of you, man. You got a bright future. But you gotta be able to take accountability for your actions. You gotta own it. You gotta take responsibility. We all make mistakes. The only way we're gonna grow from them and learn from them is if we own them. Right? I don't think you're a monster. I think you're a good dude. But what people are saying is a monster, right? Whoever did this, right? This is your opportunity to tell me what happened. To tell me your side of the story. Walk me through it again, okay, Ali? Walk me through what happened.
What happened to that woman?
If you need to draw another picture, go ahead and draw another picture.
Well, answer some of my questions, too. Answer all yours.
I think you know what happened to that woman.
What happened to her?
You were there.
Pretty sure she was alive when I grew up.
Okay?
So what happened to her?
She is alive.
Should be able to identify her.
I want to know what happened, Ali. Tell me what happened. This is your opportunity. Is that a piece of paper?
What is the charge for this?
We'll talk about that later. I want to know what happened. You're smoking weed, right? How much weed do you think you smoked?
Half a gram.
What'd you do after that?
No loss.
Can you show me where your walk went? So you crossed over to the other side of the register? Okay. And then what'd you do?
Well, appreciate it.
Okay.
And there was a trail that was like this. There's a house over too.
Okay.
Pretty sure they stopped somewhere though. Pretty sure this is where the weed spot is. I'm already gonna get charges for weed. And theft.
I'm not worried. I'm worried about what happened to this girl. That's what I want to know what happened.
But I'll still get charged for this and theft.
What happened after here?
That's it, man. I told you everything.
Where did you see this other guy following this girl? Where did you first see him and her?
Right here.
I thought you said you saw her over here.
Sure, yeah, but him went there, but they're right here. And then he came from the parking lot. Or the other side. Or he could have been walking from this part of the trail too. There's many possibilities. Parking, trail, the mountain.
So you're telling me if I go look at the cameras from here, I'm gonna see another guy?
You want to see another guy here or here?
Ali, you and I both know that's not what happened.
Can't say what.
What really happened? Tell me what happened when you first saw that girl on the bridge.
Well, I saw someone walking with some laughed out that or something.
Okay. What were you thinking?
Nothing. So you know what I'm going to do?
What was that?
Go back to smoke more weed.
Okay. What did you do after you saw that girl?
I was like, I want to go back to smoke weed to the other side.
Okay. So did you cross the bridge?
Yeah.
So you were over here and you crossed the bridge to smoke weed over here?
Yeah.
And is that what you did?
Yeah.
So was this spot on the Art West side? Okay, so you crossed the bridge, saw the girl.
Yeah.
Came back, sat down and smoked weed.
Yeah.
And where was that girl at that point?
And I was smoking weed.
Mm-hmm.
She was walking all the way here.
Okay. And where? So you walked all the way to the other side of the bridge and turned around.
Yeah.
In front of her or behind
In
her?
front of us, so she doesn't get scared.
And where did she go?
She just kept going forward.
Ali, you know we have cameras in that area.
Yeah, well, that's what happened. She kept going.
Ali,
She had proof you would just send me to jail. It'll cut me.
Ali, what happened?
It's really simple, man. Wait till I keep before I'm here. Or here.
Okay. You and I both know that's not what happened. Okay. There's nobody else on the bridge. There's nobody else over here.
There's many people
No, there's not.
on that bridge.
Not at that time of night.
There were people.
There were other people.
Yeah.
Not people following her.
Yeah, but there were people.
There was one person following her.
And you're gonna say that's you.
It was you. I want to know what happened to her over here. You and I both know what happened, Ali. You and I both know what happened there. What did you do to that girl? Why did you do that to her? That's what people want to know. That's what she wants to know. That's what we want to know.
Now you just have to look at me. She can tell you it's not me.
What happened? What did you do to her?
I stole from her.
What else did you do to her?
That's it.
Where did this guy go after he?
He probably climbed up the mountain. easy.
Ali, you really think somebody else came up to her, assaulted her, you came up to look at her, you took her earrings, and then you ran off when other people showed up?
Because it was hot, and I stole something from her.
What did you do to her?
I stole from her, stole her earrings.
You didn't do anything else to her.
No, I didn't hurt her. Why would I hurt her? That's pointless. I can have sex anytime. Why would I care about that? There's a lot of chicks that chase me too. Why would I just go assault a random person?
That's what I'm here to find out. That's what I want to know.
I told you all I know.
What do you think happened to her?
It could have been someone she knew because I think there was struggle.
What else? What do you think happened to her?
I think somebody I knew was taking revenge on her.
Okay. What did they do to her?
They were trying to hurt her.
How so? Do you know how?
Must have been something with the neck and she was purple, so some must have been choking.
Anything else? Yeah. I already told you, man. This is your opportunity to tell me what happened. Is that what you're going to stick with?
Yeah.
Okay. Just hang tight. I'll be right back with you.
For the record, stopping the video at 1 hour, 11 minutes, 56 seconds. Sergeant Levitt, can you tell us what the defendant told you about his familiarity with the Art Building West?
He was fairly familiar with the area. He, on his own free time, would enjoy going to the pond area to, as he described it, play with the ducks. And there was a nest with a bunch of eggs there from the duck, and he just enjoyed going there, feeding them, spending time there.
We heard in the video the defendant provided a description of the individual that he said was chasing the woman. Is there any similarity between the description he provided and the hawkler?
Yes.
And what similarities were there?
The fact that the person was wearing a red and white coat and was a Caucasian male.
And would that have been in the description alert that you got before any pictures were sent out?
Correct, yes.
Sergeant, can you tell us if, did the defendant change his story throughout the course of your interview with him?
Yes, he did.
And what were the differences?
Initially, his times were off. Said that he went and smoked weed between 4 and 5 o'clock down by the bridge and returned to his dorm room for the rest of the night before leaving his dorm and hanging out with Maria. And then he changed it to that he went on a walk after smoking weed, which ended up being later in the evening, to the west side of the river, as well as some details as far as what he did on that walk.
And in the interview with him, we hear the defendant admit to taking the woman's earrings. Is that right?
That is correct.
Did he provide a description? I know it's somewhat difficult to hear in the video, but did he provide a description of where those earrings were located?
Yes, he did.
And did you pass that information along to other investigators?
I did.
And can you just briefly tell us how the defendant described the woman in your interview with him? To clarify, after he's noticed her on the ground, how did he describe her?
Oh, okay. He described her as being purple and spit around her mouth, unresponsive, not talking, not making any noise.
For the record, we're going to move forward in video. For the record, we're beginning the video again at 2 hours, 18 minutes, and 34 seconds.
How long do you think you were looking at the phone?
A minute.
Okay. And then where'd you go?
I just kept going forward. I walked to check on what happened. Trying to carry it.
But like, there's a big wall here. There's like a big retaining wall. Like, where'd you stop to look at the pond? Like on the street side or?
Yeah.
Oh, on the street side?
Yeah.
Okay, and then where'd you go?
I just kept on the trail.
Then you followed that trail?
Yeah.
And that's where you found her?
Yeah. Because I've been on the trail before. Like me and Maria went there.
Okay. And then you found her,
Yeah.
and what'd you do at that point?
Well, first I freaked out. I was trying to find out who she is. I touched her. I was gonna look in her wallet for ID, but I thought that was pointless. I wanted to see if she was alive. And then she was like purple, and it was like spit too.
What do you mean spit?
I thought there was like water in her mouth.
How could you see that?
I almost like I saw some like piece of spit outside of her mouth.
Oh, like on the outside?
Yeah.
Gotcha. And when you say she was purple, was it her face that was purple or
Yeah, I think her lip was a little purple.
lip?
Yeah.
Okay. Was she making any noise?
Mm-mm.
Did she say anything?
I didn't think she was alive.
Okay.
That's why I took the earrings, to be honest with you. But I was like, what the fuck am I doing? And then the girls came, and I freaked out. I thought they would for sure think it was me that did it. Because I was the only one there, and there was a woman laying down in front of me.
Yeah.
That's the logical thing, just
Well, I think the logical thing is when we find people that are laying down that aren't breathing or conscious or awake, is to call the police. You had a phone on you that was working, and you didn't call the police. Why didn't you call the police?
I took the earrings first.
And why? And you took the earrings? Why?
Because I knew they were diamond.
Because they were expensive. So you were more concerned over some property of somebody.
Oh, I thought she was dead.
Okay. So you thought. So you found a dead body. You think you find a dead body, and you take their earrings rather than call the police?
Jaime did that, yeah.
What's that?
Jaime did that.
Okay. So these girls come and you freak out, and then what'd you do when you freaked out?
I just left.
Okay. Where'd you leave?
I crossed the street, took a right, went on this bridge.
Like you went back the same way?
Yeah,
You went down
this bridge.
the IMU bridge? Okay. And then you went back to,
I went to Virgin and Maria picked me up.
okay. Did you tell Maria what happened?
No.
Okay. Did you tell her anything about what had happened?
Doesn't know anything.
Okay. Did she say?
For the record, stopping the video at 2 hours, 21 minutes, and 40 seconds. Sergeant Levick, obviously this is not the entirety of your interview